Hi, today I'm going to show you how to rake leaves. You might think it's an easy thing to do, but there's a lot more to it than that. You see, the raking part's pretty easy. Very quickly, you can get a huge pile of leaves. It's not the raking part that's the problem. It's the what do you do with the leaves after you rake them. That's the problem. Okay, here's what I've done. I'll share it with you, and hopefully you can get some good information out of this so that your leaf raking chores will be easier in the future. First thing you need is a trash can. I have here about 33-gallon plastic trash can. Get out your drill, put in a 1/2-inch spade bit, and about 8 places around the trash can, 4 in the top and 4 in the bottom, drill holes. You can see I've got one here, I've got another one here, I've got 2 holes on the other side, here, and I got one here, and they're also down here in the bottom of the can. I've got one here, I've got one here, a little bit of plastic detritus there, and I've got them here and here. Now the reason for these holes is because when it comes to putting bags in trash cans, air is your enemy. Have you ever tried to put a plastic bag into a trash can and you get it in the trash can and all you've got in the trash can is a bunch of air with a bag on top of it and you don't have any room inside the bag to put your stuff? This is what we're going to fix by drilling these holes in this trash can. Here we've got a typical 33-gallon plastic bag. I got it from a big box store. I've used all kind of plastic bags, and I guarantee you it's better to use the kind that have the drawstring ties. Get the kind that has the drawstring ties, okay? Open it up. Shake it to get the air inside of it. Close it. So you now have a big old plastic balloon. Take this balloon and put it down inside the trash can. I'm holding it at the top. Because of these holes, the bag goes all the way down in. It lets the air out of the space between the bag and the can. That's all there is to it. We now have a can with a bag inside of it to hold our leaves. The next thing is putting the leaves in the bag. I've got 2 tips for you on that. Tip number 1, use 2 rakes. That's the best way to do it. Put 1 in each arm, use them as a clamshell or salad tongs if you want. Watch. Do you see how easy those leaves go into the bag? And I didn't even get my hands dirty. Look at that. Nice and clean. Nice and clean. Now, there's one other thing. You'll probably notice in that can, I've got about 4 rakefuls of leaves, and the can is full. There's a lot more room. It's just that the leaves are full of air. Again, air is the enemy. I've got another tool that you might really enjoy having. I went into my workshop and I found a piece of plywood. The piece of plywood was bigger than the bottom of that can. I set the can on the plywood and I traced around it with a pencil. Then I went around inside that tracing, about 1.5 inches, and made another smaller circle, got out my jigsaw, and I cut out the disc. Okay? That's what it is. It's a disc that's smaller than the inside of the bottom of that trash can. The next thing I did was I went to a hardware store. This was actually a big box hardware store, and I bought 2 U-shaped cabinet handles. I fastened those to the one side of this disc, one here and one here. I have little pieces of the plywood underneath of it to make the bolt, which was really kind of long, go through the plywood and into the handle without making the handle loose. This had the added benefit of when I put my hand on this handle, my knuckles don't hit the plywood. But now I have this disc with 2 handles on it. I then took my 1/2-inch spade bit again, and on this disc I just drilled a number of holes. The number of holes doesn't matter. The key is you want to let the air out. Remember, air is your enemy. You got to let it out. Watch what happens when I use this disc inside the trash can. It very easily mashes the leaves down so that now I can put twice as many leaves in that trash can as I would if I had not mashed them down. Now, I've tried mashing these leaves down with my hands. I have tried mashing the leaves down with my foot. None of that works as well as this gadget right here. Build yourself one of these, drill holes in your trash can, put the plastic bag inside the trash can, and you will never have a problem with what to do with your leaves again. When you have your bag about as full as you want it, that's about as heavy as I want it, remove your trash bag from the rim of the can, grab your twister ties, pull them tight, pull that down, push on the bag. Again, we're getting rid of the air. Push it down, pull it tight, tie a knot in it. Once again, the holes in the can come to the rescue. The bag comes out very easily, and that's all there is to it.